A neon orange Donald Trump delivered an unhinged anti-Semitic speech at an event for a Jewish group supposedly to fight anti-Semitism, where he threatened Jews with blaming them if he loses, said Israel will cease to exist in 2 years unless he defeats Kamala Harris, and essentially asked us, I say this as a Jewish person, asked us, how dare we not support him? Here is Donald Trump saying, how am I not polling better among Jews?
Bad news.
And by the way, I apologize for the audio.
Poll, I just told you how good the polls are, but we need every vote we can get. The current polling has me with Jewish citizens, Jewish people that's supposed to love Israel. After having done all of that, having been the best president, the greatest president by far,
self-declared,
a poll just came out. I'm at 40%. That means you got 60% voting for somebody that hates Israel. And I say it's going to happen. It's only because of the Democrat hold or curse on you. You can't let this happen.
Think about that. The Democrats they've put a curse on me as a Jewish person, and that's why I'm not voting for Donald Trump. What an absolutely disgusting disaster. Disaster. And by the way, if I'm not a betting man, but if I were to bet, I'm betting 40% of Jewish Americans do not vote for Donald Trump. It is never the case that 40% of Jewish Americans vote for the Republican candidate. Trump also continued just hammering on Jewish Americans, saying Jews have not treated him well.
But look, this is the most important election in the history of the United States, and it's also the most important election in the history of Israel. The United States election is the most important election in the history of Israel, actually, if you think about it. How crazy does that sound? But it's true.
Crazy.
With all I have done for Israel, I received only 24% of the Jewish vote. Now think of this. I really haven't been treated very well, but that's the story of my life.
That's the story of my life. The Jews are not treating Trump well and then really getting out over his skis, I would say. Trump says, you will be to blame. You Jews will be to blame if I lose. And, Trump's not the first guy who came up with the idea of blaming Jews for stuff. We've seen that for several thousand years, haven't we?
But I will put it to you very simply and gently. I really haven't been treated right, but you haven't been treated right because you're putting yourself in great danger, and the United States hasn't been treated right. So if I don't win this election, and I've been very good, they say Trump's been right about everything. I've been right about a lot of things. Even Ted will admit that. I've been right about a lot of things that a lot of people said, no, that won't happen, but a lot of bad things happened, and some good things I've been right about too. And I only want to be, so I'm not going to call this as a prediction, but in my opinion, the Jewish people would have a lot to do with a loss. If I'm at 40%, if I'm at 4, think of it, that means 60% are voting for Kamala, who in particular is a bad Democrat. The Democrats are bad to Israel, very bad. They'll never change because they have a section of their party now which has become amazingly and quickly very powerful vote-wise. I mean, Chuck Schumer is a Palestinian.
There you go. Chuck Schumer is now, news to me, Chuck Schumer is a Palestinian. That is really quite the threat. Now, when I first saw this, I said to myself, there must be some context that explains this, where he's not just saying, I will blame the Jews if I lose. It can't possibly be that he would say something like that, right? But that's exactly what he's saying. He went to speak to a Jewish group, supposedly about how anti-Semitism is a problem, and he dumps in one of the classic anti-Semitic tropes, which is, let's blame the Jews for things. I don't know about you, but as a Jewish person myself, when I hear this, I don't say to myself, I guess I should vote Trump. Maybe he's right. Maybe I should vote for him. This is intended to sow division and distrust and undermine our democracy. And if anything, this sort of rhetoric is going to lead to more violence against Jewish Americans. Now, after the break, Trump spoke to 2 Jewish groups yesterday. We're going to look at the other speech at which he suffered a complete and total nervous breakdown. So stay with us. One of our sponsors today is Zippix Nicotine Toothpicks. Zippix brings you a convenient alternative to smoking and vaping. And the vape clouds, the ashtrays, the thing in your lip that people can see. I've seen that around. This is an easier and less messy way to curb the cravings, and you can use Zippix just about anywhere. Zippix is available in 6 flavors with 2 or 3 milligram strength. The nicotine and the flavor are long-lasting, and Zippix has helped countless people kick the bad habits, and they are bad habits. Zippix toothpicks are FDA registered. Their customer service is second to none. It is one of the most cost-effective alternatives. Also, check out their B12 and caffeine toothpicks. See for yourself why so many people have switched to Zippix toothpicks. You can only get Zippix online. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.